Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Thief 2 Shadows of the Metal Age, Blind. I've wrapped up the mission, so let's continue.
I used to stand on the bow of my ship sometimes and stare across the water, imagining what new sights and experiences might await me in the city. I was so naive back then. A child. Soon, it will begin. The deception will be over, and Kadar avenged. I trust Cavador to get up early, so hopefully this mess will be over before anyone innocent gets hurt. I figure free traders would rather run like the cowards they are than fight. But if my deception works, then they're not going to have a chance. They have ships stocked somewhere inside, and mine is among them from the way it sounds. I'll have to get a key from their shipping office safe to access the docks first. I can't wait to find it and get out of this evil place. It's as hollow as the people who inhabit it. I'll have to wait until the fight begins to get inside again. And I'll have to move quickly. If I wait too long, the Hammerites might claim some of the booty for themselves.
Into the Fray. Break back into Neeson's quarters and look for any information which might be of use. You're willing to bet the smugglers keep most of their booty locked away somewhere secret. See if you can find and loot their secret stash. Optional. Neeson must have ordered Kadar's assassination. Make sure the bastard is dead. Make sure the second in command is dead also. When you were here last time, you read that the smugglers have your ship holed up somewhere. Find it.
Together we meet the builder's justice. Oh, our tandem bashing weakens thee.
Okay, so the Hammerites are not playing around. They've already started their assault. That's a gas arrow. That's pretty useful. Especially for something that's just lying around. But where exactly is the entrance to the caves? Like, obviously it's not here. This is... What? Maybe it is here. Okay, I'm pretty confused already by the geography of this, because I thought I went back to where I started, but clearly this is a different building. To be honest, how am I supposed to get past him if he doesn't turn? I don't want to kill him unless it's like absolutely necessary. To be honest, I would have reloaded probably if I realized I killed one of them in the moment, I just didn't feel dedicated enough to redo the entire mission when I noticed it at the ending screen. What? Was that hammerite magic or what? Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Thou shalt not get. Builder, aid mine escape from this treacherous threat.
Okay, that didn't quite work. Because I don't want to kill him necessarily.
An arrow ought to slow you down. That didn't hurt.
Right, to be honest, that was even worse, because I need him to kill the enemy. Like, you know, you could make a reasonable argument that...
Perhaps now you shall get the point.
that if I wait for that guy to die, I am... Like, you know, I could have stopped that, right? And just knocked them both out. But... the way I see it, you know, I'm not responsible for what other people do. Like, if they kill each other, I don't think I can really be blamed for it.
Die, villain!
I don't know how this works, to be honest. I think the archers are just weaker. Yeah, that was, by all accounts, pretty stupid. Because I did that to myself. Like, I picked up that egg, and then I right-clicked because I wanted to pick up the thingamajig. Unless there is a spider inside this one, and it just comes out when I get closer. Oh. Not quite, so I guess I did literally do that to myself. Now this guy has apparently figured out how to... Well, I guess that's entirely reasonable, that his body floats on water if he's dressed lightly enough. Bodies actually do that, so... You know. I might have spoken too soon when I tried to mock this, because in reality it makes perfect sense. I have like a cannon. Okay, is there anything there?
That looks like Grissom. Someone already did my work for me.
Okay. Is that a... Okay, that's not a valuable. I will actually climb this, because there might be some valuables up there. I'm pretty sure this was closed before, and this goes to the harbor, so I will explore it. I need to go there at the end, I guess, but let's just go there to see what I can expect. Okay, I still have all of my loot from the previous mission. Okay, this requires a key.
That's Neeson, the leader of the smugglers.
You'll have to do better than that, knave. My grandmother was more a threat with a rolling. My grandmother was more a threat with a rolling pin. My grandmother was more a threat with a rolling pin. My grandmother.
I might take this.
I knew they had my ship!
Now, how plausible is it to sail such a big ship? No, it has 2 masts, well, 3 actually, on your own. Because it seems to me that would be impossible, right? Because you couldn't adjust the sails like quickly enough to change direction and such in a reasonable way. Like, take anything I say with a huge grain of salt, because I know nothing about sailing, but just from a logistical standpoint, I think, that's simply too big of a ship to be attempting to control on your own. 3 males, 4 females from Blackbrook, 2 female prostitutes kidnapped from Madame Volaris, 6 male children found wandering the Newmarket district, 3 female children kidnapped from the North Quarter orphanage, 1 male vagrant died in transit, 1 male child sick with fever. Do you have a key or something? Doesn't look like it. Oh, there was a key here to the docks the entire time.
Nobody escapes. Hey, where did she go? Hey, where are you?
You better hope I don't find you.
You better run now, because when I find you, I'm gonna stick to your teeth.
shalt evade me for long, thief. Thou shalt not get away from me! If thou dost think that I shall not find thee, think again. Take.
How did that happen? I understand none of this. Where does this even go? Key to the what? Doc's key. Oh, Doc's key number 2, okay. Grissom. Truard's getting pissy about the condition of the vagrants we've been turning over to him. We're going to have to be more careful. I got a good look at that little journal he carries with him everywhere. We were having drinks at Volari's, and he left to use the can. I flipped through it. Turns out he's been keeping a detailed file of sorts on all of the bombs that we've been delivering to him. I knew that he was obsessive, but this means no more slipping a sick one in the bunch and hoping he won't notice. He's also been threatening to hang us both if he finds we've been using our little arrangement to eliminate the competition. Between him and Limes, I'm starting to think we should have just let Kadar die instead of pawning him off. I guess we're going to have to pay more attention to the quality control from now on, just like with the artwork and spice. At least this is more steady. N. Okay, so my cousin might be still alive, but just enslaved.
Kadar, could you still be alive?
Mr. Faradoc, I am agreeable to your terms. The vagrants must be delivered to the previously agreed upon address for the following prices: 250 for each male, 200 for each female, 100 for each child under the age of 13, regardless of gender. Consider this a formal contract of our agreement, since our arrangement has been casual up to this point. Be aware, however, that I will not pay a penny for any more damaged property, such as that foreign fellow with a concussion you delivered a few months ago. One of our men one of your men told me he was a rival of yours from the market district that you ambushed in the docks. He also said that you'd kept him with you for a period of time before turning him over. This is dangerous business, Mr. Faradog, and I am only interested in street scum who will not be missed by anyone. As for future reference, any damaged merchandise should be disposed, not kept until they are healed. We need our specimens to be fully functional upon delivery. You will be more discreet in the future, or I will terminate our agreement immediately. On that note, do not contact me at Shoalgate or my residence. You may leave brief messages for me at Madame Volari's in Wayside at the second day of each week, if you must. I trust my arrangement with Volari will keep it confidential as well. My gallows are quite fond of smugglers, Mr. Faradog, and the cells at Shoalgate are rather full these days. Norman Truard.
I've got to get out of here.
Where does this go? Treasury? Okay, so I guess this is the hidden stash? But the objective is not... Unless this is only the official part of it. No, it was the secret treasure stash, I guess. I just needed to loot all of the things. And it goes back here. It should allow me to go to the other side. There's still a room there.
I shall find thee there.
I'm gonna find you. You're not gonna beat me.
Someone is
I know there's
Come
someone
out.
there. I can almost... Die! Die, thief! I'm gonna find you, and then I'm gonna skin you. Die! I can't wait to get my hands on you.
Wow, it's absolute carnage. I don't know what the deal is with Nissan tightening security tonight, but I don't like it. All we got is an outgoing shipment to Truard and an incoming mining ship. What the hell could be going on?
Linger in the shadows. I shall stand forth, scoundrel. Linger in the shadows. I shall find thee soon enough. Thou shalt not hide. Come out. Feel the sting of mine arrow. Come forth now where I might see thee. Only those led by the trickster would dare disappear into the night. Thou shalt not hide. I shall prick thine skin and bleed thee, scowling fiend. I know thou art there, and I shall find thee.
Okay, this just loops back here. To be honest, I can just leave.
By the builder, don't think you could hide in the
Generally, I think I'm ready to leave, right? Yeah. I haven't found a key to this safe, but... to be honest, I don't care that much. Yeah, I'll just go. Okay, I missed around 200 loot. There was no secrets, so it's okay.
The note in the Free Trader's vault mentioned Gorman Truart, or Norman Druart as he likes to call himself, frequenting a brothel in the city the second night of every week, carrying his diary. Apparently, it's filthy and cheap enough to ward off any rich nobles or influentials he might accidentally bump into. Even if any of these fat cats did see each other, they would pretend it never happened, at least until one was ready to blackmail the other. Unfortunately for Truart, I'm not one of those fat cats. Truart has really been cracking down on prostitution in the city, or so I've heard in my short time here. This means I should be able to find some means of exposing him and use it as leverage for information. I've got to find that book Neeson mentioned. If it's as detailed as Neeson said it would be, it should have some record of Kadar and what has become of him. I'll have to grab it before I'm noticed and then get out. The book should have some dirt on the good sheriff as well, but I think I've done enough exposing criminals for the time being. I couldn't care less about the morality of this corrupt city's leaders and politicians. I just want to find Kadar.
Of ill repute. Find a way past the tough boys at the door and enter the brothel. Have a read of one of the guest books to help locate Truart. Locate and read Truart's personal diary. Do not disturb Truart to have enough enemies without incurring the wrath of the sheriff. Get 1,400 in loot. You've heard rumors that Volari operates a small-scale gambling racket for the brothel's preferred customers. There must be some ill-gotten takings from the operation somewhere. Make them yours. Get back outside to the front of the brothel when you're done. These eggs will hatch at Reddit Maw Spider. Though they do not survive long outside the maw, these very fearsome beasts will attack anything within their grasp while alive. Yeah, I don't want that. Locust Hive. Pulled from the bowels of the earth, these pagan bombs will spawn a swarm of deadly insects that will devour any nearby human corpse, no matter the size. Like, you know, I guess that's kind of useful only for like role playing to cover your tracks, because otherwise, what's even the point? You can hide the bodies yourself. You don't need to use a special item to have them eaten. Okay, so this requires a key. And there's a gas arrow there. Okay, that also works. Tough boy body armor. Arch store key.
So, you going to the Shroom Bar again tomorrow? Nah, not in the mood for it. Hey, but that's the whole point, isn't it? To get in the mood? You come in all gloomy after a long night at work, kick off your boots, have a few cups, and then suddenly, the world's a much nicer place. Well, it's just that I can't relax properly these days. What with that sheriff and his bloodhounds being all over the place? Why'd Church start cracking down on the Shroom Bars all of a sudden? Seems like the sheriff doesn't need any reason these days. I don't know. Maybe he wants to get rid of those Shroom Bars because of that whole pagan vibe. His new Mechanist friends don't approve of that sort of thing. Well, I could sure do with some of that pagan vibe just about now. Taffer. Hey, keep your voice down. People have been sent to the gallows for less. But you're right. He is a Taffer.
Okay, so apparently Truart is banning shroom shops because they have pagan vibes, which I could definitely sort of understand. Like, not understand banning it, but understand the reasoning that he would use to arrive at that point. Incidentally, I personally am for legalizing most drugs. Although, like, it's a complicated issue because, like, in a vacuum, I am in favor of Madame Trixie Services for Gentlemen. can I be serviced? I'm not exactly a gentleman, but still. I assumed that buzzer exists for some reason. Oh. Good evening, I guess. So is the service just her flashing passerbys? Generally, I'm in favor of people being able to destroy their own lives if they really want to, on the grounds of like personal liberty. So, you know, I think first of all, barring the actual heavy drugs, I think you can occasionally partake in things like weed and be no worse off of it than by drinking alcohol, which is still poison. That is entirely legal. But even if you wanted to destroy your own life, like on philosophical grounds, I actually think that you should be able to, and it's none of the state's business. But obviously, it becomes more complicated when you live in a place that has public health care, such as Poland, because then when you destroy your own life and then go to the doctor to help you after you've done that, you're basically everyone else has to pay for your poor lifestyle choices. So, you know, in a system where healthcare is public, the government actually has a vested interest to ban things that are unhealthy, but that has its own problems, because obviously, how do you gauge that? As I said, where do you draw the line? As I said, alcohol is still poison that's highly addictive, and you know, tens of thousands of people destroy their lives and the lives of their families because they fall into alcoholism, and yet it's perfectly legal and widely available. So, you know, it seems like there are no easy solutions, but it also seems like the system is kind of arbitrary. Like, you know, what exactly is worse about weed compared to alcohol? I'm not exactly sure. You know, are there any studies that compare the sort of destructiveness of those? Because, you know, as I said, it's perfectly possible already to destroy your life by just drinking excessively. Watchman's key. Okay. Key to what exactly? Department of Works closed.
Do you see
Who was
what I
that?
see? It's a gold chain, you say? Have you looked everywhere? Might it not have fallen off during your, appointment with Sally?
It most certainly did not. That chain is a family heirloom, and I would never be so careless with it. I'm sure it must have been stolen by Sally.
But, Mr. Harper, I can assure you that none of my girls would dream of stealing from a guest so charming and well-liked as you. They talk about you, you know. Sally speaks so well of you that the other girls are practically begging me to let them take care of your needs. That only happens with a very few and select group of customers.
Well, it must be a misunderstanding, then. Would you tell Sally that I'm sorry? I'm afraid that for a moment I lost my temper a bit there.
Please do not touch. H. Myrock and Sons, engineers in Dayport. And what is that? Oh, it's the lights. Oh, no, it's actually worse than that. And I saved while being exploded. Okay, that's a curse. That's a curse upon my existence.
A gold chain, you say? Have you looked everywhere? Might it not have fallen off during your appointment with Sally?
It most certainly did not. That chain is a family heirloom, and I would never be so careless with it. I'm sure it must have been stolen by Sally.
But, Mr.
Gleonwick, I got to tell you this before I go off shift tonight. Hannard got the boot. He was caught messing with one of the pretties. A right stink it caused, I can tell you. Before he left, he smashed one of Madame's favorite vases, relieved himself off the balcony onto the grouchy old Lord Illiban's head, and fed the gambling room's safe key to Blinky. What a night. Braddock.
I can assure you that none of my girls would dream of stealing from a guest so charming and well-liked as you. They talk about you, you know. Sally speaks so well of you that the other girls are practically begging me to let them take care of your needs. That only happens with a very few and select group of customers.
Well, it must be a misunderstanding, then. Would you tell Sally that I'm sorry? I'm afraid that for a moment I lost my temper a bit there.
So, I don't know why everybody hates rats so much, huh? I like rats. Guards!
Okay, that's not what I wanted to do actually. Dear Madame Volari, regarding the matter of your new electrical lighting system, we will be around next week to continue fashioning the fixings and conduits. In the meantime, can we ask no one be allowed near the generator area, as the powered energy within is not just safely harnessed, and may result in hurting upon you on one of your pretty girls. Yours, Lesta Mayrong. Yeah, that did happen to me. I am a pretty girl and I got hurt by electricity.
Thought I saw something.
Don't know what they're mad at me about. Just doing what I'm told.
Again, that's what I wanted to click. Oh, that's a peephole. Okay, but that's not true work though. and there's toilet paper. Okay, that's actually a nice piece of like environmental storytelling.
What was that?
Hey, you want some of this?
What is that?
Sausage.
Yeah, I can see that. Smells different though.
Oh, that's because it's Burrick.
Burrick?
You ought to give it a try. It's got garlic in it, too. Keeps the vampires away.
Nah, that stuff is terrible. Plus it'll give me gas.
Yeah, well, it'll do that. Sure you don't want some? Oh, God, I gotta eat some.
Hey, did you notice anything funny?
Wait, that's
I'll
didn't
find you in a minute.
work at all. And I thought,
Hey, you want some of this?
What is that?
Sausage. Excuse me? What? Intruder!
That's a
Looks like you need to meet my sword, Teffer.
that's a ridiculously
Like a baby.
That's a ridiculously oversized axe.
Hey, you want some of this?
What is that?
Sausage.
Staff, please clean up after your kind selves. Your mummies are not here now, and if they were, they would be working on their backs. Davy, head guard and chief dog's body. I'm pretty sure he just called everyone's mum a whore in a rather roundabout way.
Gotcha.
Come on, you freak. Was that supposed to hurt? Ow. Was that all you got?
Are you alive? Yes.
Maybe this will help you get the point.
But I am not. No, you know, I should save manually, actually.
Hey, who are you? Was that supposed to hurt? Ow. Is that all you got?
I'll take that.
Give me a break.
Guests and hostesses, Lord Kerin, Kara paid in cash, Master Eldrin, Sally paid in cash, lost a gold bracelet, Mr. Roth, Laurel and Bridget paid in goods, a fine thick carpet from the south, Mr. Rubak, Stella spent the night, paid double, no problems, scheduled customers, standing arrangements, Mr. Druart, Volari, will request upper rear VIP suite, as per usual. The Colgan brothers, Kara and Sally, paid in gold this time, no complaints about missing valuables. Mr. Clinton, Stella, paid in cash plus a box of fine cigars. Mr. Moorhouse, Philippa, will have to be gentler with her. Mr. Asterill, Kara, I suspect he paid her even more than he usually does, but she wouldn't admit to it. Mr. Walker, Laurel, came in drunk, had Minko throw him out. Front door guards have been notified to refuse him entrance if he shows up like that again. Okay, this is literally the front door, so I have no business opening that, to be honest. The Watchful Guard, all-new patented lens and light system, fitted by Malloy and Sons of Shalebridge. Notes: please remember to clean lenses regularly. Do not attempt to insert swords or other sharp objects into the pipes, as it might affect the properties of the reflection. The shining of bright lights into the lens may stun or blind the watcher.
Oh, no, that didn't even hurt. Oh, now why would you go and do that?
Making all that noise.
Oh!
Come out.
Well, that wasn't very nice.
I'll take this. Now the Burrick has eaten the key to the gambling room, so I think I'm going to slaughter it to retrieve it. Unless it's just lying in a pile of poop. But in such a case, I think I need to kill it anyway, because it's kind of directly in my way. It is actually in the pile of poop. A Binky, do not feed. Oh, no one is going to feed him now, because he's dead. Which I do feel a little bad about, because that's not a wild beast. That's a domesticated pet. God Almighty. Pat Pat's magic. Is there really nothing here? Nobby, who's Morgan think he is now? Strolling up in here all high and mighty. Weren't 2 months ago he was pissing around in here with the rest of us and tracing old Lucy's skirt. Mr. Man of the City Watch might tonker, 'cause he's guarding the sheriff gives him no call to stick his nose up at me. I put some of Mummy's molded ginger spice in his coffees earlier tonight. Could be some time on the privy. Help him reconsider his humble beginnings. There is a single room I have not visited here, which is what exactly? And this actually counts as the second floor. Like somewhere behind the bar? But this is behind the bar. Man, no scruffwear or muddy boots allowed into the main hall. Madame wants the place looking high class. No touching of any of the working girls, or by my blade you will lose something more precious than a week's pay. There's still the entirety of this, which is somehow unexplored. Not entirely sure what's going on here. So where is this in relation to this? What even is this space? I'm not actually convinced this makes sense. Okay, this actually went all the way back. I was here. Yeah, Tough Boy brand armor.
Boring. Nothing ever happens.
But by all accounts, this doesn't make sense. Like, I'm going sort of... I'm going west here, which actually makes perfect amount of sense. So now I'm right here, and theoretically by going full way south, this street should be... I'm currently right here. This street and this part should be this, but it isn't. Like, and this part over here, I do believe, would be this, but instead it's highlighted as this. I don't understand that, but by all accounts, there's nothing here. Although, is there? I don't really know what that is, but it is pretty valuable, so I'll take it.
That lughead Jermaine better not be listening at the door again. You hear me, Jermaine?
Like, I've been here and I walked to the end of the street, so by all accounts, this just doesn't make sense. There's also a small room that's supposed to be north of here. Okay, this doesn't seem to make sense either, because I'm right here according to the game, and then I get right here, circumventing this. This small room must be this, right? Office. Patrons are requested not to go beyond this point unaccompanied. Peoples, please kindly do not be taking the spare key from the house. The side doorway is only to be unbarred in case of barrack infestation, fires, or removal of mud cases. Head of the house staff. What's a mud case? Okay, I know where this goes. So I think it's time to go upstairs then. But I will do it next time because this episode has been long enough. So I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.